Jack Reacher Blu-ray Featurette exclusive. Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie discuss a close-quarters fight scene in our exclusive featurette for Jack Reacher, debuting on Blu-ray and DVD May 7. The filmmaker reveals that Tom Cruise wanted to bring a bit of humor to this thriller, which finds the title character using the cramped environment of a bathroom to his advantage. Check out how much work went into replacing all of the broken bathroom fixtures for every take. Tom Cruise tackles the title role with the brute force his character is known for, and his tightly controlled performance holds our attention all the way through to the tense finale. Elizabeth Weitzman, New York Daily News. Special features. Feature film in high definition. Commentary by Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie. Commentary by composer Joe Kremer. When the man comes around, you do not mess with Jack Reacher, combat and weapons. The Reacher phenomenon in this exclusive Blu-ray featurette for Jack Reacher, we're diving into the world of one of modern literature's most iconic action heroes brought to life on the screen. From the pages of Lee Child's best-selling novels to the pulse-pounding action on the big screen, Jack Reacher has captured the imaginations of millions around the world. This featurette gives you unprecedented access to the making of Jack Reacher, the evolution of the character, the meticulous action choreography, and an inside look at the actors who bring these thrilling stories to life. Prepare for a deep exploration into the process, the mindset, and the craft that makes Jack Reacher a franchise that delivers on intensity, intrigue, and relentless momentum. Section 1. The character of Jack Reacher. From page to screen, Jack Reacher isn't your typical action hero. He's a drifter, a nomad with a strong sense of justice, and a man who, while avoiding trouble, always seems to end up in the thick of it. Actor Alan Ritchson, who took over the role in the Reacher television series, offers insight into what makes the character tick. Reacher isn't looking to be the hero, Ritchson says. He doesn't want fame or recognition, he just does what needs to be done. He's relentless, and he's always thinking several steps ahead. That's what makes him so compelling. The producers, along with Lee Child himself, talk about the challenges of translating such an enigmatic figure from book to screen. Reacher doesn't give you a lot to go on in terms of dialogue, Child explains. He's a man of few words. But what he does say and what he doesn't say speaks volumes. Capturing that on screen is all about presence. That presence is something Ritchson embodied fully. Standing at 6'4" and exuding the physicality that Reacher's fans have been clamoring for, Ritchson's portrayal aligns with the imposing figure described in the novels. The physicality is only part of it, though, Ritchson says. The stillness, the internal logic, the code of ethics Reacher lives by. Those are the things that define him. Section 2. Action choreography. Precision meets brutality. One of the key elements that makes Jack Reacher stories so engaging is the intense, realistic action. The fight scenes in Reacher aren't about fancy acrobatics or stylized moves. They're brutal, quick, and efficient, just like the character himself. In this featurette, we delve into how the action choreography for the Reacher series and films is constructed. Veteran stunt coordinator Wade Allen explains, Reacher is a brawler. He's a tactician in how he fights. The moves are minimalist, but they're devastating. Every punch, every kick, every throw has to look like it hurts, because it does. For the actors, this means a rigorous training process. You have to train like Reacher would train, Ritchson notes. It's about functional strength, not just looking the part. I worked with experts in Krav Maga, boxing, and close-quarters combat. We broke down each fight scene to make sure it felt real and grounded. One of the standout fight scenes discussed in this featurette takes place in a dimly lit alley where Reacher faces multiple assailants. That scene was all about Reacher's tactical awareness, Ritchson explains. He uses his environment, the walls, the ground, even the attackers themselves to gain the upper hand. It's not just about brute strength, it's about using whatever is available to you. The featurette also highlights the collaboration between the actors and stunt team. It's important for the actors to perform as much of the action as possible, Wade Allen adds. You get more authentic reactions that way. Allen was incredible. He did a lot of his own stunts, and he brought a physicality to the role that was exactly what we needed. Section 3. Creating the world of Reacher. Locations, set design, and atmosphere. the world of Jack Reacher is often a cold and gritty one, reflecting the lone wolf nature of the character. From small, nondescript American towns to expansive industrial sites, the locations play a crucial role in setting the tone of the story. In this featurette, production designer John Muir explains the thought process behind selecting and designing the locations. Reacher's world is one where danger can come from anywhere at any time. So we wanted the environments to feel lived in and real, with a bit of unpredictability. You might have a quiet little diner, but right outside the door, there's a sense that anything could happen. One of the most iconic sets in the Reacher series is the interrogation room where Reacher faces off with local law enforcement. "We designed that room to be claustrophobic," Muir says. "It's a stark contrast to the wide open spaces that Reacher often finds himself in. It represents the idea of being trapped, but we also know Reacher can get out of any situation, no matter how confined." The featurette also touches on the use of real-world locations to enhance the authenticity of the series. Director of photography Dave Franco highlights how shooting on location, rather than relying on sound stages, was crucial for maintaining the gritty realism. You want to feel like you're right there with Reacher, experiencing these towns and these places in real time. The geography matters. Reacher's always moving, and so the environment around him has to feel as dynamic as he is. Section 4. The Mind Behind Reacher. An interview with Lee Child. A true highlight of the featurette is an in-depth interview with Lee Child, the creator of Jack Reacher. Child reflects on the genesis of Reacher, his influences, and how the character has evolved over the course of more than 24 novels. Reacher is a response to the modern world, Child says. He's a throwback to the classic lone hero, but with a contemporary edge. He's not motivated by revenge or anger, he's motivated by a sense of fairness. If he sees something wrong, I'll fix it. Child also talks about his collaboration with the filmmakers, particularly when it comes to adapting his stories for the screen. It's always a challenge, Child admits. The books are internal in Reacher's head. On screen, you have to externalize that. But what I love about working with the team is that they understand the essence of Reacher. They know that at his core, he's a man who doesn't need to explain himself. His actions speak louder than words. The interview closes with Child reflecting on why he believes Jack Reacher resonates with such a wide audience. "I think we all want to believe there's someone out there like Reacher," Child muses. "Someone who doesn't need credit or applause, who just does what's right because it's right." In a world that's increasingly complicated, Reacher's simplicity is a kind of comfort. Section 5. The Future of Reacher. What's next? As the featurette draws to a close, we're treated to a sneak peek of what's next for Jack Reacher on screen. Richson teases new adventures, new villains, and new challenges that Reacher will face in future seasons of the series. Reacher's journey is far from over, Richson says with a grin. There are always more wrongs to right, more mysteries to solve, and more people who underestimate him. The featurette also hints at some of the new locations and storylines being developed for upcoming installments. Executive producer Don Granger reveals, "We're really excited about expanding Reacher's world. The great thing about the character is that he can go anywhere, and trouble will always find him. We've got some incredible action sequences lined up, and we're pushing the boundaries of what we've done before." As the final shots of the featurette roll, we see Reacher walking down an open road, his hands in his pockets, his eyes scanning the horizon.